All right, guys, pretty simple one here today. Basically, what batteries will work in the new Dremel 8260. So as you can see, we got quite the lineup here going of 12-volt batteries with Bosch, Dremel, Milwaukee, and Dremel again. So let's go ahead and get into this here. So first off, they are different amps. We have the Dremel, which is a 3, and we got the Bosch is a 2. This Milwaukee is actually a 1.5, and this Dremel one here is a 2. Interesting enough is they are also all made in Malaysia, with the exception of the Milwaukee, where it says on the bottom, made in Malaysia, with additional processing in China, whatever that's supposed to mean. But the rest on the bottom here, guys, say, just made in Malaysia. So, but I'll bring you guys in a little closer. We can try to see what batteries we can get to work here in this Dremel tool. All right, guys, so the actual battery that comes with the 8260 is right here. So, of course, it does work with the tool. If we pull that back out here and we compare it to the battery out of the 8220, the previous cordless Dremel, you can see the top here is quite similar, with a little cutout here on each of them and 5 pins. The pinout actually matches between both of them, so theoretically this battery would run in the 8260. Now the difference here, guys, is the bottom cap piece. So you can see there's definitely quite a bit difference there, but latch wise they are pretty close. So let's go ahead, take this battery and see if it'll fit. And we almost make it, guys. I mean, we're within probably half an inch or so from locking in. The locks actually are in the proper spot. What's killing us here is we're in contact right here with the body of the new Dremel. Theoretically, you could take your Dremel tool and cut this section out here and it would fit. And if it does fit, it will run because the pinning on the battery is the same. So moving on, we have the M12 Milwaukee here. As you can see, we do have, again, 5 pins, but we don't have a cutout in the center here, and we don't have this tab that sticks out here. So I'm going to say what that's going to do is this tab prevents us from putting this battery in a Milwaukee charger. And not having this cutout here, right here, prevents us from getting this battery in the tool. But we'll find that out here in a little bit. The pins here look to be in the same spots, but they are numbered different, which means they're powering their tools a little different than Dremel is right here. So on the Dremel battery, we have positive here where we have negative here. So even if we get this battery in, guys, it ain't going to work without us repinning this battery. But let's see if it does actually fit. And here, guys, we're coming in contact with the back part of the battery here. If we take a look at this compared to the Dremel battery, you can see we have this big piece of plastic right here that we don't have on the Dremel battery. So that one goes out of the way as well. Next up, we have the Bosch 12-volt battery. So top-wise here, guys, they are identical pin-wise, and you can see with the notches. So theoretically, if the battery goes in, it will run. On the bottom, the caps are almost identical as well, other than the decals. So this battery should fit and run the 8260, which it does right there. Of course, that makes a lot of sense because Dremel is owned by Bosch. So that's one thing that's nice, is if you own, the 12-volt Bosch line, you could pick up the Dremel tool and the batteries will swap back and forth between Dremel and Bosch. Nonetheless, guys, that is what the battery configuration looks like and what ones work. Let's move on to see what ones will actually fit in the chargers. So guys, if we look at the chargers, the Milwaukee will work, of course, in the Milwaukee charger. But if we try to use it in the Dremel charger, it will not work. Now, if we take the Bosch battery, again, this is almost identical other than it's saying Bosch to the Dremel one. So of course it will work in the new charger with the 8260. Now, again, that is the actual battery right there. So of course it works. And also on the older generation, the 8220, the battery fits the charger as well. So the only real difference there on the 8220 is, of course, the back part cap end of the battery. So guys, hopefully you found this video interesting. We'll get more into these Dremel tools a little later on in the week. I've got some fittings coming for my little mini dyno where we can run these and see how they compare against each other. And of course, how they compare against the Milwaukee and the cheap Harbor Freight one. So please stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll catch you guys on another one.